I just want to preface this video with the end of the video goes down here real quick, and for people who have commented, oh, you have such a cute little baby, he sounds so cute off camera, he's such a good boy. You're gonna hear one of his little temper tantrums. I'm not a bad mom, please don't mom shame me for this, but he just kind of got fussy towards the end of filming, and then at the very end he loses his mind. So you're gonna hear that, and I promise I wasn't like neglecting him. He was fine. He just really wanted to be held and then was ready for a nap. So please don't mom shame me. At the very end you hear him start screaming. He gets so mad at me. But I promise you he's fine. He's like right here within reach of me the whole time. He's got plenty of entertainment around him. He just really wanted mommy to stop filming and feed him. So I promise as soon as the camera shut off, I picked him up. He was totally fine. But I just felt really bad leaving that in and not saying anything. Because, you know, people want to mom shame and dad shame if you don't do it exactly the way they would. And you're going to hear him, he's a little fussy throughout the video, but again, he's totally fine. He's just getting closer and closer to a nap. And honestly, he falls asleep better when he gets a little bit fussier than if I were to just like pick him up when he's in a good mood and just starting to show signs of fussiness. Then he would fight the nap longer. So kind of let him tire himself out in there while the video is recording. So please don't come for me. I'm working with a newborn. Okay, so what do you want from me? Enjoy the video. Hey guys, today's video is a little different. I am so tired of being stuck at home and bored that I am shamelessly just pointing out that it's my birthday. So if people want to tell me happy birthday, I'm okay. It's not my birthday today. It's my birthday on Sunday. And I'm gonna be 32, I think. Yeah. I always forget how old I am now. Once you get past a certain point, you have to really like do the math. So I thought I would just do an old YouTube trend and do some facts about me. So here's 32 facts for my 32nd birthday. Number 1, I have OCD. I think I've talked about that a lot before. I've got OCD and I have PTSD technically, but OCD is the only one that really affects me on a daily basis. And it's definitely shown back up in my postpartum. But I've had it since I was about 12. Just had like intrusive thoughts and like really bad feelings. Like if I don't do this silly little thing, someone that I care about is gonna be hurt or die or something. So that's rough. It's really hard to deal with in middle school because that's just a hard time for any kid to go through. So yeah, I've dealt with that a lot in my life. Most of my compulsions are like fidgeting, so you'll see me fidgeting a lot with my hands or picking at my fingers or at my face. I don't know, I can't help it. It has to do with that and breathing. I've talked about these in other videos, so if you have more interest in that, you can search through my videos about my OCD. Number 2 is that I believe in ghosts. I have had a lot of experiences where I believe that it's a ghost. I have a whole video about living in a haunted house on my page. I think I've got a ghost in this house. It's a good ghost. Hopefully it's like Casper the Friendly Ghost. I don't know. But personally, I believe in ghosts, but I can totally understand why people don't. But I think it's fun. They don't scare me. I get really excited. It's like a running joke with my husband and my best friend and stuff. If someone says the word ghost around me, I'm like, where is it? Like, let me come see. Let me investigate. I love it. I love anything paranormal. Number 3, my favorite color is blue. More specifically, this type of blue. Like a, I don't even know what to call it. Kind of like teal, something like that. But I love this light blue with like a hint of greenish, maybe. You okay? Number 4 are my favorite movies, which could be 10 facts about me in its own, but I'm going to make it 1 fact. What? Some of my favorite movies that I can watch again and again, or that I know all the words to, are Gone with the Wind, which I know is definitely a controversial movie and definitely glosses over how slavery really was. But honestly, some of the best characters in that film are like Mammy and Pork and Prissy. Like, they are sassy motherfuckers and I love it. I live for every time they're on the screen. The actors are amazing. What was her name who played Mammy? I know this. Hattie McDaniel was the first African-American woman to ever win an Oscar. and they didn't even want her to come to the Oscars, basically. She had to like sit separately from everybody else, so that's a whole thing. But regardless of your feelings on the movie, it's a masterpiece, and it's like a huge deal. It came out the same year as The Wizard of Oz, but The Wizard of Oz gets all the credit for the color film and stuff because it was more brilliant colors and stuff. Kill Bill, I could quote Kill Bill from start to end. The Exorcist is definitely my favorite scary movie. Schindler's List is a fantastic and heart-wrenching film. Moulin Rouge has always been my favorite movie for some reason. I like musicals, and I don't know, I love Moulin Rouge. Part of that is one of my later facts, so I'll touch on that a little bit. Steel Magnolias. Any Southern person loves Steel Magnolias. It's just a fantastic movie. Sweet Dreams, which is the story of Patsy Cline, starring Jessica Lange. Fun fact, my dad was an extra in that film, and you can see him on screen for about half a second. Coal Miner's Daughter. Love Loretta Lynn. And I've never thought about it, but when I was trying to think of like other favorite movies of mine, like I wouldn't call these my favorite movies, but I love anything with Whoopi Goldberg. Like I love Ghost. I love her character in Ghost. I love The Color Purple, but it's not one of my favorite. Like I don't know it. I wouldn't call it my favorite because I don't watch it as much as the other ones, but it's a great film. I like Sister Act. Like I love the music in that. I don't know, like stuff with Whoopi Goldberg always gets me. I've never thought about that until I was making this list, but yeah. Number 5, my favorite holiday is Christmas, and it's coming up soon, but Halloween is a close second for me. Reason being, number 6, my birthday is the day after Halloween, November 1st. I was born on All Saints Day, also Hello Kitty's birthday. So growing up, I always got to have costume parties, and now I do too, except for this year. I always have costume parties, and we call it Haley-ween. What? Yeah. Number 7, I'm a middle child. I have an older brother and a younger brother. What's up if you guys are watching this? I know, it's so terrible. I am about 5 years younger than my older brother, and I'm about 2 years older than my younger brother. Number 8. I lost my place. That was number 7. Number 8, I am born and raised in Nashville. I'm what we refer to as a unicorn here. Which leads into number 9. I was born at the same hospital that I gave birth at. I don't know if that's something to brag about, but it's what happened. My son was born at the same hospital that myself and my husband were both born at. So we're both unicorns. Number 10, I am 1 credit away from a minor in dance. Basically, I say that I have a dance minor if it's relevant because I only missed out on 1. I can't even remember what the class was, but it was kind of like a repetitive class, and I did not have room for it in my last semester. Like I would have had to take like a whole nother half semester just to get this minor, so I didn't do it. It was like a what do they call it? Like a dance theory class or something where you're sitting there learning about it. And my high school dance teacher did a fantastic job on prepping us on the history of dance. A lot of dancers, surprisingly, don't know a lot about the history of dance. They think it started in Russia. They don't know how to spell the French terms, etc., etc. So when I went to my first history of dance class in college, I was one of the few people that actually knew the stuff there, which surprised me. But I guess it makes sense because I took it in high school, so part of the curriculum was written stuff, whereas a lot of people who learn dance learn it as an after-school thing, and you're just there for an hour and you're just practicing dance. So whatever it was, I was like, okay, well, I've kind of already done that in high school, so I ended up skipping it, so I didn't have to pay tuition for another half semester or whatever. So I kind of have a minor in dance. Number 11 is that I also studied theater. I did theater and dance in high school and in college. I was a theater major my freshman year of college and then a dance major my sophomore year. I love theater. I loved acting and I love dance. But at a certain point when I was in college, I wish that I'd have stuck with it, honestly, or done my other dream, which I'll go into. But at a certain point, I was like, if I'm going to be this much in debt in student loans, I should probably have a degree that's going to get me a better job. Or if I wanted to own a dance studio or something, a degree that would teach me about how to handle money. So, hi. So I got a different degree. But, let me grab him another toy really quick. Which one do you want? Which one you want? You want me to just hold it for you? So that leads into fact number 12, is that I have a degree in marketing. I have a bachelor's in business administration with a focus on marketing. My only downside to that degree was that it was much more, I don't know, financial than it was marketing to me. Marketing to me is like entertainment, even the psychology behind it. And there was only like 2 courses in my degree that had to do with that. So that was tough, but I did it. I got it, whatever. Did not have the brain capacity, I would say, or the patience to go through with a master's degree. A very good friend of mine did, and man, did I applaud her for that, because I was burnt out by the time I got my bachelor's. Let's see. Number 13, I also did cheerleading when I was younger, mostly in middle school. I hated it because it was pretty catty. Not the whole team that I was on, but there was certain girls that like, it was just a rough time. So I was not a fan of it. But I did do it. But I did love the gymnastics of it. And I did some gymnastics when I was like a preteen. But basically they sat us all down one day and they were like, if you guys want to be serious about being gymnasts, we're going to let you know right now, you're never going to grow any taller than you are right now. You're never going to get boobs, and you're never going to get your period. And as a little girl, for some reason, those are things that you want. So now I wish I'd have stuck to it, because I'd have been like, screw it, I don't need any of that. Number 14, my favorite season is fall. I love cool weather, and I'm fair-skinned. I get burned too easily in the summer. I like the summer. I love going swimming, but I'm kind of like, if it could just be like 60 degrees year round, and then like around the 4th of July, be hot enough to go swimming, and then around Christmas, it could snow, I'd be happy. I would be ecstatic. Number 15, one of the other reasons I love fall, I'm allergic to spring, I say. I took an allergy test one year, and I kind of knew this, but I went to possibly get allergy shots. I have no food allergies, no animal allergies, nothing like that. But I'm severely allergic to everything outside. I'm allergic to grass, every kind of tree, weeds, like all of that, and dust, which I think everybody's kind of allergic to dust. So I'm just definitely allergic to spring, to outdoors, to all that. Wish I wasn't, because I do like being outdoors more than I'm older, but it just kills me. Number 16, I would probably call myself a dog person, though I don't have a dog. But I grew up with cats, and I think that's why I'm a dog person. We had too many cats growing up. When I was a teenager, man, we had like a lot of cats in our house, and it just like really turned me off of cats. It turned me off of all animals for a while, because we also had dogs. But if I had to pick one of them right now, it would definitely be a dog. My husband and I were actually talking about getting a dog before we found out I was pregnant. So someone kind of replaced that. We don't need a dog anymore. I know. I'm almost done, honey. Mommy's just talking about herself. That selfish woman. Number 17. My husband and I met in high school. We met senior year of high school, but we actually went to most of the same schools except middle school. I went to a different school. He was really good friends with my cousin, who is one of my best friends, and we never met. We had all the same friends. Everyone knew both of us growing up. His mom remembers seeing me in elementary school because I had huge curly hair, just like her daughter did. But we never met until senior year of high school, when he was actually dating another girl on my dance team. And then we became best friends. And then everyone thought we were going to date. Everyone wanted us to date. And we were like, hell no, we don't want to date each other. We're more like brother or sister, blah, blah, blah. We were kind of like when Harry met Sally, and or Jim and Pam from The Office. And then finally in college, later in college, he changed his mind and told me that he was suddenly in love with me. And I was like, what are you talking about? And I may have shot him down for a little bit. Sorry about that, honey. But we turned around. We're married. We have a kid now. None of that matters. So, yeah, everybody knew we were going to get together except for us, basically. And I love him. Number 18, I love documentaries. When I'm really bored or just want something good to play in the background, I look up, like, good documentaries about that, like maybe I'll just be in the mood to learn about a certain topic or hear about a certain topic or rewatch a documentary. Number 19, my favorite bands are, I love Paramore. I always have since maybe 2008, I would say I became a fan. And Ariana Grande. I used to not know any of Ariana Grande's music, and I only heard rumors about her being really snotty and stuff. And then one day, out of curiosity, I watched a video of her singing, and it was like angels came down from heaven, and ever since I've been obsessed, so it's a problem. But I've been to a few of her concerts here in Nashville, and she is fantastic. Holy crap. My favorite quote is from the movie Hook. If you guys are fans of Robin Williams or 90s movies or anything, I have always loved the quote from Julia Roberts when she, as Tinkerbell, says, you know that place between asleep and awake, that place where you can still remember dreaming, that's where I'll always love you. Peter Pan, that's where I'll be waiting. I don't know why that quote always gets to me. It's just beautiful. My favorite subject in school was definitely math. That's number 21 we're at. And number 22 is that I hated science, which is funny because most people that love math love science. It's like math, science, or English, history, whatever. I didn't care for science in school. I think it was the way it was taught at our school. Didn't go to the best of schools here in the area, so that's probably why. But then when I got older, the practicality of science has kicked in. Now I like learning about certain scientific things, but as a school subject, I hated it. 23, I actually wanted to be a psychiatrist. My entire life, I wanted to be a psychiatrist. When I was in middle school, if people got in fights, like girls got into catty fights and stuff like that, my teachers would actually ask me to step outside with them and mediate the fight. Not like fist fight. I mean, there was fist fights there, but they would ask me to mediate it because I was like their age. They would listen to me, and I was really good at being like, okay, you have your side uninterrupted, you have your side uninterrupted, blah, blah, blah. Always wanted to be a psychiatrist, and someone in high school actually talked me out of it, and it's like my biggest regret in life that I didn't go through with that. If 24, if I had my choice of psychology, I would probably have gone into child developmental psychology, not so much talking with children, but actually studying, doing all the studies like with infants and stuff like that, learning about object permanence. When I'm bored, I definitely look up these things on YouTube, so that would have been a lot of fun. Number 25, the other day I thought up a career. We were watching Casper, and I was like, holy crap, paranormal psychology sounds amazing. If I could really pick anything psychology-wise, wouldn't that be fantastic to learn the psychology behind the paranormal? Whether or not, I heard an interesting one today too. If you were to put someone in a place that is suspected to be haunted, but they didn't know that, and then see if they experience anything, that would be a whole other side of it. That would be cool too. Testing theories like that, testing out sort of the placebo effect of knowing something is haunted would be really cool to study. Hi, mommy's almost done. If I could have a dream job, I would have been an actress. My whole life I wanted to act, which is why I did theater and everything. I just loved it. So if I could have any dream job, that would definitely be it. Let me grab him another toy really quick, because somebody needs a nap. So let mommy get you a toy in the meantime, huh? That one's even louder, so sorry, but that's what we're gonna do right now. Let's see. My parents got divorced. This is number 27. They separated when I was 12. They divorced when I was 14, and it was horribly, horribly, horribly messy. It kind of forced me to grow up really fast and at a very young age, and is where my PTSD comes from. So that's sort of shaped me as a person and hopefully as a parent. Number 28, I used to be, growing up, I was not raised religious. Then during the divorce, there was a whole thing about one parent wanted to be super religious, sort of to use it against the other parent. So we became, growing up, I was told I was Catholic. We didn't really practice. Then we became Southern Baptist. And then when I was in college, high school, I sort of separated myself from that. And then as an adult, I learned the term deist, and if I had to claim any religion, it would definitely be deism, because basically what it means is that you believe that there is or was a God, but there's not a clash between religion and science. If there is a God or was a God, it's a God that created all of this science. It's a God that created your circulatory system, evolution, all the things that are proven by science. Like why that has to be separate from God, why you think God is all-knowing and omnipotent, but he couldn't have created science. I don't get the clash there. So if I had to claim a religion, that would be it. I do like kind of pray to myself, but part of that is also my OCD. But yeah, I believe that there's a God, but I don't know what form that is in, basically. 29, I had 3 grandmothers and 1 grandfather. Now that sounds like I have a really modern family. That's not it. My maternal grandfather died when my mom was 13, so I never met him. So I don't really consider that having him as a grandfather. And he, before he died, married, divorced, and then married again. So my mother had a brother and then 3 half-brothers, and a mother and a stepmother. So I had technically a step-grandmother and a real grandmother on my mom's side, and then a mother and father on my dad's side. But they were all 3 of them were my grandmothers, and had different and very special relationships with each of them. Sadly, my grandfather is the only one still with us. You guys probably know, you guys have heard, if you've been with me since my channel really started, you've heard about each of their passings, really. So each one was different. Each one was hard in their own way, but my grandfather is still with us. Okay, mommy's almost done. She's got like 3 more things to read. This is such a mess. Number 30, I obviously have a true crime obsession. I think that stemmed from 9/11 happening. When 9/11 happened, I was really like didn't want to hear about it. It was really fucking scary because I was 12 going on 13, and it was just terrifying to be a preteen and really get shoved into like this is the real world. But then as I was a teenager, I sort of developed this obsession with learning about it and keeping awareness of it going, because just sort of out of respect for the victims and their families. Goes along with the whole never forget thing. So that's kind of how I feel about all true crime cases. I know, you're so done. You need to eat and take a nap, don't you? Number 31, we're almost done. We're almost done. My celebrity crushes. Number 1 is and always will be Ewan McGregor, which is part of my obsession with Moulin Rouge. That was when I just fell for him. Oh, I'm sorry, honey, I love you, but Ewan McGregor, he knows. Michael Fassbender, he reminds me of Ewan McGregor. And Christoph Waltz, love him. I don't know what it is, I'm just fantastic. And then 32 is that I really, really, really need to brush up, but I used to be able to speak very, very, very basic Japanese. I've forgotten a lot of it, and I need to brush up on it. And when I was in high school, I was really good at sign language. Don't remember a lot of that either, but I'm trying to relearn it now so I can teach it to my baby, because babies who sign, it helps with like their temper tantrums and stuff when they're younger, because they can communicate with you faster than having to speak. So speaking of which, I'm gonna go. So if you guys like this video, hit the thumbs up button below. If you have any suggestions for videos, true crime or otherwise, please leave those in the comments below. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. I upload new videos every Wednesday, and other than that, I'll see you guys next week. Bye.